Hey guys, if you're thinking about moving to Summerlin, Las Vegas, then this is the video for you. In today's video, I'm gonna be going over everything you need to know about Summerlin, whether you're moving there from out of state or whether you already live in Las Vegas or some other part of Nevada and you're just moving into that neighborhood. So we're gonna be going over how expensive it is, drive times, how many neighborhoods there are, and a bunch of other stuff, guys. So if that's what you're looking for, stay tuned because we're getting after it right now. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Living in Las Vegas. Thanks for tuning in. In this channel, I go over everything about living and moving to Las Vegas. So if that's what you're looking for, stay tuned. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about Summerlin, Las Vegas, which is this really popular master plan community that's on the far west side of the Las Vegas metro area. It's super popular and it's got a ton of amenities. It's got a lot of stuff that we're gonna get into, guys. But before we get into it, please go down below, hit that like button, subscribe button, and that little notification bell so you're notified every single time I put out a new video. And as always, guys, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you're moving here and you need to get in touch with me, my contact information is down below. I get reach outs every single day, call, text, and email from my videos. So any way you guys want to get in touch with me, please feel free because I'm never too busy to help you or answer your questions. With that, guys, we're going to pop down to my computer and we're going to go through some information about Summerlin. We're going to look at some maps. We're going to cover everything you need to know if you're thinking about moving to Summerlin, no matter where you're moving from. All right, guys, let's get after it. Hey guys, what's up? As I said before, I'm just going to jump down to my computer screen here, and today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about Summerlin, Las Vegas, Nevada. So first things first, for those of you who don't know, where is Summerlin? What part of the city is Summerlin? So if you type in Summerlin into Google Maps, let me show you something. You type in Summerlin into Google Maps, Google is going to highlight this area right here. You can see it on the map. Boom, 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 right here. That is not all of Summerlin. Summerlin actually extends right here. This is the top border of Summerlin, all the way down to here. Now, it's kind of rocky edges here. You know, it's not like one big continuous block, but Summerlin extends all the way down to here. So everything I'm circling with my mouse right now, or a lot of it, excuse me, not everything, a lot of what I'm circling with my mouse right now is Summerlin. And to show that a different way, we're going to go to Summerlin.com. So this is like the community's website, Summerlin.com. We're going to go to Maps and Guides, and then I'm going to show you. This is the Summerlin border map. So when I originally punched in Summerlin into Google Maps, the only thing that came up was this chunk right here. But in reality, like I said, it extends way down to where after where 215 bends. So way down. This is all Summerlin, guys. And then this over here is Summerlin West, which is yet to be built. So there are going to be some new homes coming up for sale in Summerlin pretty soon if that's what you're looking for. So now that you know where Summerlin is, let's talk about what it is. So Summerlin is one of the largest master plan communities in the entire country. It's one of the most popular master plan communities in the country. It's one of the most active. It's one of the most highly requested. It's one of the favorite. So the list of awards and amenities in Summerlin just goes on and on and on and on. So that's why it's so popular. That's why people love it. And it's been in business, or it's been open for years, more than 20, 30 years. It's been here for a long time. It's very well established. And I've had people come to me who haven't even been to Las Vegas, and they know what Summerlin is. So that should give you an idea of how popular this part of the city is. And maybe you're wondering, what is a master plan community? A master plan community is just a community that was expertly planned to the T. All the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, amenities are well placed, the neighborhoods are all well placed and spread out and planned. Everything is meticulously planned for you and for everyone else that lives there because they want to make it the best experience possible. So that is what a master plan community is. Another popular question I get all the time, is Summerlin one neighborhood? And the answer to that is no. So you can see on the map how big Summerlin is, but even though it's all technically Summerlin, it is not all the same neighborhood, or as Summerlin calls it, villages. They like to break it down to the different neighborhoods and to different individual villages. So to kind of show you, let's zoom in here a little bit. You can see all these different, the Paseos, Red Rock, the Trails, Sun City, Summerlin. So these are all individual villages and neighborhoods, and that's how they break it up. So when you're looking to buy a home in Summerlin or maybe build a brand new home in Summerlin, you're going to be looking and thinking about, what kind of what kind of village, what kind of neighborhood do I want? And the differences in these neighborhoods, these villages, it's all based on like the model of the house, the density of the house, the price point of the home, the design, the layout of the house, things like that, the design of a neighborhood, landscaping, I mean, the view you get, and also the age of the home, because like I said, Summerlin has been around for a while. So you can see that there's quite a few different neighborhoods, quite a few different places for you to live. But some of these are full already, some of them are not, and we can kind of pop over here. So this is the actively selling map. So this is red point. These are some of the actively selling. And down here, these are all the active selling communities for new homes. But in general, guys, no matter what neighborhood you live in, no matter what village you want to live in, what part of Summerlin you want to live in, I hear it a lot. I get it a lot. And you can also just look it up online, places like niche.com or Great Schools. There's a ton of different places you can look it up. But in general, Summerlin is probably the most popular part of the city in the Las Vegas metro. So if you want to move here, it's definitely worth checking out. A lot of people are checking out. It's very popular. Like I said before, it's very popular throughout the whole country. People are always moving here, wanting to be here. But people, most of the time, find Summerlin to be, the nicest area of the city, or one of the nicest areas of the city. Now, nice means different things to different people, so I definitely recommend you got to come out here, check it out yourself, do your research. Great Schools, niche.com, look at schools, look at anything really. Look at the different neighborhoods, come out, tour the neighborhoods, take some pictures, take some videos. If you can't come out, give me a call and I'll tour the neighborhoods for you, take some video, take some pictures. Maybe we can even do a FaceTime or a Zoom meeting while we do the tour so you can see everything live. But like I said, people really like this area. It's very popular and it's worth checking out if you are moving to the Las Vegas metro. One of the reasons that Summerlin is so highly regarded and so, truly loved by so many people that live here, or people that, haven't even started to live here, because I said it was popular, but the list of amenities. Summerlin, as a community, has one of the longest list of amenities, maybe the longest list of amenities of any master planned or any community period in the Las Vegas metro. So again, we're going to hop over to another PDF here. We're going to find the amenities map. So here we go. So here is the amenities map for all of Summerlin. Now you can see some areas like Summerlin West and some areas down here. This isn't even named. This is all just future development. They don't actually have any amenities because there's no homes there yet. So let's kind of zoom in on this and we'll start talking about the amenities. Move this over here so everybody can see. Okay, so here are essentially park features. So Summerlin has at least 29 parks worth talking about, and inside these parks you have tennis. It's kind of hard to read. Inside these parks, split up amongst parks: tennis, baseball, softball, basketball, soccer, pools, football area, playground, volleyball area, shaded seating, zip lines, pickleball, seasonal splash pad, and frisbee golf. Now, guys, some of these parks are public, some of them are private, so you can't necessarily always get into all of them. But if you live in Summerlin and you're close to one of these parks, I mean, some of these parks have a lot of amenities, or even if you have to drive a little bit, it's crazy to think you can live in a community with this many parks that have this many amenities. And I don't even think this is the full list of parks. There are a lot of parks or a lot of green areas where you can just go and hang out, walk the dog, take the kids to play. And the list of amenities does not stop there. As far as green spaces called parks goes, Summerlin has over 250, so only 29 are listed here with all these different amenities. But as far as green spaces, there are over 250 green spaces, or parks within the Summerlin boundaries. There are also over 200 miles of paved walking and biking trails that you can use, push the babies around the stroller, go for a bike ride, go for a nice long walk to get your exercise. All the trails are well lit, well maintained. They have the places where you can pick up the dog poop and throw it away so you don't have to carry it. I mean, they're beautifully landscaped with flowers, great views of the city. And one of the best parts is that these trails connect all of Summerlin. So if you wanted to, you could go from the southern part of Summerlin to the north part of Summerlin, and you could just use these trails the whole time. Of course, you'd have to cross streets at crosswalks and things like that, but for the most part, you're just going to be going in and out of quiet neighborhoods, behind homes, in front of homes, down sidewalks, down these trails. So if you really like running, getting your exercise, and you like doing that in different parts of your neighborhood, you like to go on really long walks, or maybe push the kids in the stroller for like an hour or two while they nap. I know my wife and I love to do that. You have ample room to do that. You have so much space to do that in Summerlin. And let's talk about the rest of the amenities. So this is just the amenities in the parks. If we scroll down, you can see there are art centers, shopping and dining, fire stations, which is not really an amenity, but it's nice to know that fire stations are close by if the worst case happens. Golf courses, some are public, some are private, guys. There's a TPC course out here, TPC Summerlin. Some golf courses are integrated into the communities, so they're private, or some are public. So if that's something you're looking for, just reach out, call me, and we'll hook you up with a nice golf course community. Community centers, post offices inside the communities. Resort hotel like Red Rock, the Red Rock area for homes is right near Red Rock Hotel, which is also right up next to Red Rock National Conservation Area, and we'll kind of talk about that as an amenity a little later. And then inside, you also have a lot of schools, public, private, and a few higher education schools. We'll talk about that. Police stations, the Players Club, which I said is a golf course here, street side trails, places of worship, and then other just noteworthy attractions to take photos and things like that, guys. So, I mean, you can see how well schools down here, more amenities. You can see how well these amenities are kind of placed. And guys, if you want to see these PDFs, all you got to do is head over to summerlin.com, and then you have all these different options. Just go over here to maps, and then that's going to bring you to this maps and guides page, and you just scroll down and basically open everything that I'm circling right now. And then if you want, there's more brochures. There's Summerlin 101. There's going to be information on active adult and senior living overview, because there are also some 55 plus living communities in Nevada if you want an age restricted community, maybe you're retiring here. And then there's also some directory information for downtown Summerlin, which is another amenity that we have yet to talk about, but we're going to. So let's pop back. Where were we? In the amenities section. So guys, you can see how many amenities there truly are if you want to live in Summerlin. I mean, there are an absolute ton. As far as amenities go, I don't think there's any other place in the city that can match what Summerlin has. So if you want amenities, you want to stretch that dollar, you want to be able to do a ton of stuff and not really leave your neighborhood. You don't want to be driving all over the city to find a place to walk. You want to be close to Red Rock because you like hiking, things like that. You want to be close to the Red Rock Casino, which is a fantastic casino. If you go, got to try the barbecue at Lucille's. Go to the Yard House. They have like 200, 300 different beers on tap. Fantastic place to go eat, drink, and then go hit the slots. Last time we were there, my mom won like $50, paid for our meal. It was beautiful. Before we finish talking about amenities, guys, we got to pop over here to the map. We got to talk about access to additional outdoor spaces, namely Red Rock National Conservation Area, which is right here. So we already talked about how Summerlin is this area right here. I'm circling it on the map with my mouse. Already talked about that. One of the most popular attractions for the city of Las Vegas, for living in Las Vegas, is Red Rock National Conservation Area and the Mount Charleston area. So first we're going to talk about Red Rock. So Red Rock is right here. And if you live in Summerlin, the best way to get to Red Rock, or actually if you live anywhere in the Las Vegas metro, the best way to get to Red Rock, unless you live in like the deep south part of Las Vegas, is to get on 159 or Charleston Boulevard, West Charleston, and take that right in. And then here you're going to get into Red Rock through the toll booth, and you're going to have access to trails. There's a big 13-mile scenic loop right here. So this is where you check in, get your tickets. There's a little store here where you can buy all your Red Rock outdoor gear, and then you can drive in through here. This is a big 13-mile loop. My wife and I actually got married in Red Rock at the top of Turtlehead Peak right here. It is an absolutely phenomenal conservation area. I highly recommend. It sees hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people come here every year, come to Las Vegas to see Red Rock. It's beautiful. So if you love being in Red Rock and you want that super easy, close access, then I can definitely recommend Summerlin because it's literally touching Red Rock. It's touching all this BLM land, Bureau of Land Management, because this is all federal land. It's touching it. In some places, you could even leave your backyard and walk into some of these trails if you want to go on a really long walk. If you really love hiking, you want to walk the dogs for a few miles, that's definitely an option. This is a beautiful scenic drive. It sees a ton of bikers, a ton of tourists, a ton of runners who just want to get out and enjoy the beautiful scenery. And then it goes all the way down here to Blue Diamond. Then you can get on 160 and you can come out and head towards Pahrump. Maybe you want to live in Mountain Springs, and there's more roads. There's actually a paved road that runs right up through here. So if you want, you can drive out and get into even more scenery. In this area, guys, hot tip, sees a lot less tourists than this area. There's Bonnie Springs. This is a big state park. This is really popular. A lot of wildlife, like Gamble's quail are down here. Blue Diamond is an interesting area. So there's a lot of different places to live out here, guys, if you want to get off the grid, if you want to live more in nature. Or if you just want to live in Summerlin, it's super easy access to Red Rock. And it's also pretty easy access to the Mount Charleston area or to the Potosi Mountain area, which is down here. So if you live in Summerlin, you can hop on the 215, come up to the 95, and you can be up by Mount Charleston. Maybe you want to come up and use the ski resort. You can be up here in, about 30, maybe 45 minutes, depending on traffic. So you are super close to all these outdoor activities, which includes, biking, running, hunting, fishing, driving your off-road vehicle, stuff like that. You can really find it all in these areas. A lot of people moving to Las Vegas with kids, and they're looking for those fantastic schools to put their kids in. Based on the research I've done, because I don't have kids in Summerlin schools, but based on research I've done, all publicly available information from niche.com and Great Schools. And guys, don't stop there. There's 100 different websites out there. But if you go to niche.com, niche.com says the public schools. And again, this isn't me, guys. This is niche.com saying this. The public schools are most, look, there's 5 public schools rated A. There's a few public schools rated A+. Summerlin has excellent reviews as far as niche.com goes. And even here, I talked about what the locals say about Summerlin, but here's niche.com, and they're ranking Summerlin the best neighborhood to live in Las Vegas. So definitely worth checking out this website, guys. And let's pop over here. What did I talk about? Let's go to about population 125, and then public schools get a B, right? So there's a ton of different schools in Summerlin. Back to this amenities map. I mean, these little apples here are all schools, so you're never going to be very far from a school, no matter where you live in Summerlin, no matter how old your kids are. You are never going to be very far from a school. And let's pop over to grade schools. So I have the school rankings by grade schools ranking. So we're looking at the Summerlin area right here. Lots of 8s, lots of 9s. And then if we scroll down, we can go to the next page. Just give it a second, guys. And then boom, a ton of additional schools are going to pop up in the Summerlin area, some 7s and 8s. And if we keep going down the line, guys, you're eventually, pretty soon, all these are going to disappear because Great Schools and Niche.com rate the schools in Summerlin very highly. I cannot say this enough, guys. Don't take my word for it. I'm just giving you the publicly available information. Go do your own research. Talk to some locals. If you want to talk to some other people out here who have kids, I can put you in touch with some people out here, and you can ask them for yourself how their kids like the Summerlin schools and how the parents like the Summerlin schools. But make sure you do your research, guys. But as far as publicly available information goes, the public and the Las Vegas locals rank Summerlin schools very highly. possibly some of the best in the Las Vegas metro area. All right, guys, before we go any further and talk about some more amenities and big shopping centers and things like that in Summerlin, I just wanted to remind you, please go down below, hit that like button. Really, really helps me in the YouTube algorithm, guys, and it helps me make more videos for you and get them to you faster. Hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos that I put out. If you have any questions about this video, maybe one of my other videos, because I have other videos on Summerlin, other videos on other parts of Las Vegas. If you go watch those and you have any questions, if you have questions about this video, maybe you're moving here and you need a realtor or you have some other kind of question, guys, please call me, text me, email me. All of my contact information is down in the description. I get reach outs all the time, but I'm never too busy for yours. So please reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you. With that, guys, we're going to talk about shopping centers that are within Summerlin because they are some of the nicest and best shopping centers in all of the city. And that's what I'm hearing from people every single day. So let's pop back over to Google Maps and let's just type in, we'll start with the most popular. We're going to type in downtown Summerlin. So downtown Summerlin is a big open air mall with a ton of awesome stores, ton of awesome shops. We'll zoom out here a little bit. So this is Red Rock Casino and Resort. Just south of it, you're going to find downtown Summerlin. Now, you can't actually live in downtown Summerlin. I get this question all the time. Can I live here? And the answer is no, you cannot. It is not a mixed use area. There are other parts of the city that are mixed use for residential and commercial, that sort of stuff, shopping centers. So if you do want to live close to downtown Summerlin, what you're going to have to do is reach out to me because there are some condos and apartments that are around this area. They are quite expensive, but if you want to live close, then that's what you're going to have to do. So this area is downtown Summerlin. They have a ton of stuff. Dave and Buster's, H&M. I really, my wife and I really love this Lazy Dog restaurant and bar. You can actually bring your dogs. There's a big outdoor area. They even have a dog menu. So if you've ever wanted to take your dog to a restaurant, we were just here last week with a buddy of mine who was visiting Las Vegas, and food's still phenomenal. My kids loved it. He loved it. So definitely check this out. And they just built a new Las Vegas ballpark with the Las Vegas Aviators, which is a club team for one of the MLB teams. So if you're a big baseball fan, living in Summerlin could give you really easy access to the Las Vegas Aviators games. But it's a huge shopping center. It has a ton of awesome shops. It has a ton of restaurants. It has Dave and Buster's, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but you can come in and they have a ton of samples. It's like this little really fancy food shop. Let me see if I can find it here while I'm talking to you guys. Really fancy food shop. You come in, you test all the food. You get some fancy olive oil, some truffle oil. I mean, the list goes on and on as far as the stuff in Summerlin. More ice creamery. Awesome place to get ice cream. You looking for a diamond ring for your engagement? There's Zales, Banana Republic, Lululemon. I mean, you can see how many popular stores there are. If you want, guys, you can pop over to this Maps and Guides. I'm not going to go through it with you today because I kind of showed you already. But you can come in here, look at the downtown Summerlin directory, the Summerlin Village map, Las Vegas ballpark parking map. All of this stuff is going to have information on this this downtown Summerlin area. So definitely check that out. But if you love to shop, you love easy access to shopping, and this isn't even all of it because you can come down here. There's a Bye Bye Baby, Trader Joe's, there's a Robin Hood, Ulta Beauty. If you love having that easy access to shopping and you really don't want to leave your community, I know my wife and I love Trader Joe's. So we pop into this Trader Joe's all the time. Summerlin has really easy access to shopping. And now we'll talk about another shopping center in Summerlin, which is Boca Park, which is pretty close to Summerlin. So this is Summerlin area we talked about. So just east of it is Boca Park. And we got Kona Grill, we got Target, we got Petland. I mean, a bunch of other stores. This is awesome. Ooh, P.F. Chang's, love P.F. Chang's. Another awesome, great shopping center. If you want to be close to shopping, Summerlin is most likely the place you want to live, or maybe you want to live just close to this stuff in general. And then the final one is Tivoli Village, which is another shopping center pretty close to Summerlin, just north of Boca Park. So this is another indoor-outdoor mall complex. It's a lot smaller than Boca Park, and it's a lot smaller than downtown Summerlin, but still an awesome little place to go. This Echo and Rig Butcher Steakhouse is a phenomenal store, serving some incredible meats, guys. Got to check it out if you're in the area. My wife used to get her haircuts down here by some phenomenal hairdressers, and there's Leona Cafe, which is great. So the laundry list of amenities just keeps going on and on and on for Summerlin. So if you want a place, I can't say this enough, guys. If you want to live close to shopping, like really in your community shopping, then Summerlin is definitely needs to be high on your list, because a lot of other communities, except for maybe like the Green Valley area, don't really have this mixed commercial and shopping, areas. Now you can't live in these areas in Summerlin, but you can live extremely close to them, whether you want an apartment, condo, townhome, or as just a normal single family house. So if that's what you want, definitely consider Summerlin. Now, guys, let's talk about how long it takes to get places. So we're going to go here. We're going to kind of plot you from downtown Summerlin. So we'll just type in here downtown Summerlin, and we're going to kind of show you how long it takes to get to different places if you were driving. So as I've said in a lot of other videos, guys, go check them out. Las Vegas is not really a city that's set up for people to walk in. It's very wide. It's very tall. It's hot. There are a lot of sidewalks and bike trails, but the city just wasn't set up for walkers in mind. So if you're going to live in Summerlin, I definitely recommend know the public transit system, or bring a car with you. If you're moving here, buy a car, because you're definitely going to need some kind of transit system to get across the city. It's just not set up for walking. Or maybe, if you're like a really incredible cyclist and you really love to cycle, then you could do that. It's just going to take you more time to get places. So let's talk about probably one of the most important places to get to is McCarran International Airport. So this is the largest airport in the area. This is the airport that you're going to use to get in and out, to go travel, to people come see you. They're most likely going to be coming out of McCarran. So right now we're looking at, this is from downtown Summerlin, looking at about a 17-mile trip in 17 minutes. I can tell you firsthand, guys, I've been stuck in Las Vegas traffic more times than I'd like to recount. And it's definitely possible to get stuck in traffic from Summerlin to the airport. So 17 minutes is fantastic, but I would definitely budget 30 if you're leaving your house and you're going to the airport. Next up, we'll talk about the Strip. We'll just put in MGM Grand. That's pretty super popular area. Here we're getting about 22 minutes. So you can already see this is the 15, which is Interstate 15, runs right through the heart of Las Vegas. If you're going to the Strip and you're going to the airport, you can get there without touching the 15, but I would say most of the traffic comes from the 15. In the afternoons and in the mornings, when that's that peak travel traffic time for people going to work and people coming home from work, 15 gets stupid crowded. So do a few different parts of 95. So you need to be careful about what time you're driving places. If you're moving here and you know where you're working, make sure you're doing your research if you're living in Summerlin about the best ways to get there and the best ways to get home and the best times to be doing those, because I don't want to see you guys get stuck in traffic for 45 minutes. But you can see there's some red traffic right now, and I'm recording this video at 10:44 in the morning on Thursday, August 5th. So 22 minutes, I would definitely budget, maybe even a little more if you're trying to get to the MGM. I could definitely see this number getting up to like 30, 35 minutes, 100%. 100% likely, if you live in Summerlin, you're going to see this at like 35 minutes at times or worse. Now let's put in Henderson, because maybe you're going to be working down in Henderson. Maybe you're going to work at TIMET, which is a titanium manufacturer down there. So downtown Summerlin, you can see that 27 miles, guys. So that's a pretty long drive. So make sure you're factoring gas into living out here. If you want to live in Summerlin, you want to work in something else, it's going to be 60 miles a day, guys, or close to 60 miles a day. So 29 minutes. This part of 215 that I'm circling right now gets pretty bad traffic at sometimes, guys. So does this part of 95 from the Spaghetti Bowl. This is the Spaghetti Bowl right here with my mouse on top of it all the way down. This part can see some pretty bad traffic on those peak mornings and peak afternoon times. So make sure you're budgeting for that time. Make sure you're budgeting your gas for these miles. But 27 miles to Henderson, guys. And Henderson, maybe you work down here, or maybe you live here and you work over in Summerlin. It'll be even more than 27 miles. So just know that. Just plan for it. Definitely not a bike trip that you'd want to make on a regular basis. Next, we're going to type in Nellis Air Force Base. So this is big Air Force Base up by North Las Vegas. If you're interested in North Las Vegas, please, I got a couple videos on North Las Vegas. Go check it out. Here, we're looking at 22 miles and another 29 minutes. This right here, the 613, is the Summerlin Parkway. So you take Summerlin Parkway to 95, and then you take 15 up to Nellis Air Force Base. Again, the Spaghetti Bowl, mostly south of the Spaghetti Bowl is what sees a lot of traffic, but you can definitely, until you make this turn, you can definitely see a lot of traffic in here. And then the Summerlin Parkway can get a lot of traffic at some times, but I would say it's not normally as bad. And then Nellis Air Force Base. If you're planning on Nellis Air Force Base, I highly recommend this area of North Las Vegas. This is where I've always lived in the Las Vegas Metro. I've been here for many years, and I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic commute to Nellis Air Force Base, and it's a fantastic place to live in general. So definitely check that out. And of course, there's always more than one way to get anywhere, guys. So make sure you're looking at those alternate routes if you want to avoid traffic. Then we'll talk about Mount Charleston, because wrong one, because I know a lot of you probably like the outdoors. That's a big reason a lot of people move to Nevada on a public land. So we're looking at 48 minutes at this point, guys. So that's from downtown Summerlin. If you lived up here in like the Sun City area, it might be a little faster, but at this point, 48 minutes, just shy of 36 miles. I will say that there is, oh no, never mind. I'm thinking about something else. So you can come up here, get off of 215, take some back roads up here to get on to 95 or get onto the side old road that goes to Mount Charleston, 157 all the way up. The ski resort is up here, Lee Canyon Summer area. So if you're looking to go skiing, you're really less than an hour away from the ski resort just outside of Las Vegas. And finally, we'll talk about Lake Mead. A lot of people love to go boating. A lot of people want to go do some outdoor activities in Lake Mead. And here's one of your longest drive, guys, 37 miles, 38 minutes. Again, you could definitely be seeing yourself hitting a lot of traffic if you're going this way at peak traffic hours, guys. So make sure, I can't remind you enough, make sure you check those peak traffic hours and, avoid that peak traffic, because you will get stuck in bumper to bumper traffic and you will absolutely hate it. Bumper to bumper traffic absolutely sucks. So if you want to go to Lake Mead, about 37 miles, 38 minutes with no traffic. Finally, guys, we're going to talk about some of the bad parts about living in Summerlin. And I do have a pros and cons of Summerlin video. So if you want to go check out some additional pros and cons of Summerlin, just pop over to that video. So we talked about amenities, right? So here's Summerlin again. Everybody tuning in, here's Summerlin. We talk about amenities. And I know everybody loves amenities. Who wouldn't love amenities, right? Who wouldn't love 200 some miles of trails and 250 parks? Sounds like a dream place to live. However, you will pay for those amenities in the form of high HOA fees and higher than normal home fees, because there are a lot of beautiful homes in Summerlin, guys, but those homes do come at a premium as compared to the rest of the city. And I've already done the research, and right now, today is August 5th. If you want to get yourself into a Summerlin home, that starting point is about $350,000, $400,000 plus if you want to get yourself into a Summerlin home. So consider that if you're moving here and you know your budget's less than that, you're going to have to be looking at other areas of the city, because right now, at this point in time, August 2021, there just aren't homes available for like a less than a $400,000 price point. You're really not going to find that much in Summerlin. That's because the area is so popular. That's because the community is popular because of all the different amenities they offer. You got a lot of people moving in from California who want that same standard of living, who want those higher price point homes, and that is the Summerlin area. So if you want those homes with those amenities, you want access to all that stuff, you want easy access to Red Rock and Mount Charleston, you will have to come out of pocket for more on those expensive or more expensive homes, as opposed to living like in the upper part of North Las Vegas or maybe Henderson, McDonald Ranch, Green Valley Ranch. Also wonderful places to live, but they're just not expensive as Summerlin because they don't have the amenities. They don't have that same master plan community popularity that Summerlin does. So definitely think about that, guys. If you're moving out here, you're going to pay a premium for those features. And I give you an example of that, guys. Many years ago, before I was a realtor, I had a buddy, and we were both buying homes, very similar, 3-bed, 2.5 bath homes. I was buying mine up in the North Las Vegas area, and he was buying his in Summerlin. Now, I looked at the floor plans of both of the houses we were buying on Zillow, and they were virtually identical homes. It looked like the same builder had built them, and they were very similar models. His model, however, his home, was priced $150,000 higher than mine. And the only reason was because it was in Summerlin, it was in a more popular area, and it had that, the more amenities and stuff around it. Now, I really love the North Las Vegas area, so my wife and I chose to stay and live there. And of course, we don't have access to the same amenities, but it's really only a few minute drive to a lot of the amenities that are similar to Summerlin. So, and of course, it was a less popular neighborhood, so it was less expensive. So definitely, guys, if you want those amenities, like I said, you're going to have to pay for them. And there's a prime example of someone I know, and I could give you 10 more examples of other people I know that did the exact same thing. And Summerlin is an amazing community. It's beautiful. You have great views of the city, easy access to a ton of stuff, amenities. And I mean, I could talk all day about Summerlin, guys. It's a beautiful place to live. But I cannot say this enough. You will end up paying for all of that beauty. With that, guys, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please go down below, smash that like button. It really, really helps me. Smash that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you're notified of every single video I put out. I try to put out at least one a week, but I'm trying to get more. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Right now, you should probably be seeing some other videos come across your screen. I have other pros and cons videos on Summerlin, other areas of the city. So if you're moving here, you're interested, go check that out. Or maybe you're not moving here and you're just moving from one part of the area to the other. Please go check out those videos. And if you have any questions, give me a call, give me a ring, give me a buzz, text, email, however you want to get in touch with me, guys. I'm getting reach outs every single day, and I would love to help you as well. I'm never too busy to answer your questions. Guys, thanks for watching so much. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for more content. Have a great day.